My sunglasses are on, which means that we have some summer cap action. Let's see what we have going on for today's content with Toxapex up in front, Ferrothorn and Double at the back, two Pokemon that you can definitely rely on towards the end game. I really like how well Toxapex in combination with Double can protect your Ferrothorn from the fighters or the fire types Pokemon, so you can absolutely have the upper hand with Ferrothorn in the ending game of any battle in Summer Cup. So we'll just keep going at it now with our double kicks to finish off Skeletons in what seems like a triple ghost team. I'm just gonna get my hands now to another payback, this time on Trevenant, and now they have 0 seals. So this triple ghost team will definitely be a complete threat to my Toxapex, but hopefully here with the shield advantage we might actually have the upper hand with Ferrothorn over the end game. So I'm just gonna take the move, whatever that is. They end up going for the Shadow Ball, pretty good move by themselves, and now we're having that Power Whip over that Jellicent. I know here that this is just a surf and they have to throw, otherwise they're going down to my fast attack, and of course right after we have the Power Whip to drop that Revenant severely low. Not only that, but by blocking here we can kinda guarantee the first victory of today's video, because Sludge Wave at this amount of HP that the Revenant is having will most likely finish them off. Into the next battle now, trainers, with Toxapex up against Galvantula. As always, today's content is gonna be with bad leads on the majority of the leads that we're gonna get, of course, and let's see how we can manipulate even the worst leads towards our advantage. And yes, battlers, this Galvantula is absolutely horrible for us. Not only our Toxapex will struggle up against it, but also our backline, especially on Shadow mode. So you can see here that Revenant eventually finishes down. After the lands were not even enough to finish them off in return with that payback, but it doesn't matter at all. Now by completely farming them down, we can just go ahead and catch the move on our Ferrothorn, because Toxapex has just gotten the shield out of their way. Now at the very end they have an Azumarill, a pretty solid team as it seems for my opponent, but we have made some crucial catches. Just remember that whatever that Galvantula is gonna throw at you, they always need 3 of those Volt Switches. That's how I was able to catch those moves. Now Ferrothorn with the Power Whip for the finishing blow over Azumarill. Down we go to the Volt Switch, but the battle is definitely not over yet, because this time around we can easily farm down completely with our crazy fast attacks. So Galvantula cannot withstand the damage, the victory is ours, and now a Slowbro with Confusion up in front. This Pokemon can completely wall down my Toxapex, so we need to get out of here with our backline. Double over that obstacle now on the switch, and that's super good news for us because we can totally flip around that very bad lead that we have. So now Ferrothorn is perfectly aligned with Slowbro, and Toxapex has to face whatever remains at the very end. I'm just gonna get my hands here now on the payback, and my opponent might actually not expect this. Down they go to the nuke. Heliosys, or whatever that name is gonna be their final Pokemon, and now with that breaking swipe debuffing my Ferrothorn, it is just gonna stall things a little bit longer. I'm just gonna get to those Power Whips as much as I can, spam my way to victory, and I also know that they are using Volt Switch, which means that I can always go with one Bullet Seed without risking of getting CMP'd. Now with the breaking swipe able to deal almost no damage at all, we're just gonna block the final one and completely farm down with our Ferrothorn. Crazy battle once again, well played to my opponent with the spice, but yeah, overall my payback prevailed on this one. Into the next battle now in what seems like a Magnet Zone up in front. Whatever we throw here on the poison moves is gonna be resisted, and of course the Brine is not gonna be a great charge attack, so we need to switch out immediately. Hopefully here we can easily farm down with Double, and this is another reason that I enjoy using Double in this cup. It can finish off Vigoroth, which is pretty great in a close battle, and now my opponent will get to the Mirror Shot to finish off my goated Pokemon. Ferrothorn now will come into the battle able to withstand the damage of whatever they throw, and now Serperior will be at the very end. All of a sudden we have a win condition here with our poison moves over that Serperior. I guess that we need that final shield for my Ferrothorn, but in the process we need also to take both of them shields out of play, and in doing so we need to sacrifice Toxapex for the greater good. However, my opponent was definitely counting my moves, and I'm just gonna get now into the game with my Ferrothorn. I know that their moves are gonna be resisted, only RLAs can in reality hurt me here, but still I don't care how low I might get, I need that final shield for that Magneton because they definitely have some energy stored up. So over here now I'm just gonna get to the Power Whip and I cannot go for it, so they're gonna go for the Mirror Shot, apply the debuff on the attack stat, and now my Power Whip will not be enough to finish them off. That was a very close battle. I was getting hard countered, especially up in front, but we still had a chance. Overall that game down to the debuff, so well played to my opponent, they really thought this through. Into the next battle now with that Vigoroth up in front. Of course at some point we're just gonna switch out, and as you can see, because they switch out first, we follow up with Ferrothorn. Otherwise I would switch out to my double at some point. So here comes now Thunder, and you definitely need Thunder on your Ferrothorn this season's Summer Cup, because this move is gonna help you a ton against water types like Toxapex or Tentacruel, and also will give you some extra coverage for the flyers if you find any up against you. So here comes now Brian over that Vigoroth. I'm expecting the shield to be fair, and now we're having the real move Sludge Wave for the nuke. However, my opponent was definitely expecting this, and after I get the first move I might actually block the second and still switch out to my double. I might need my Toxapex for the end game. You never know what they might actually have at the back, and they have Cradily, so I'm just gonna keep going at it with my payback here over Cradily for massive damage, and if we can block here at least the Crash Knot, which we can also farm down in the process. Since they didn't go for the Rock Slide, they still need 4 of those bullet seeds to get to their next charge attack, completely taking advantage of that, and now another payback will connect, this time for lethal damage over that Vigoroth, and we can get yet another huge victory. Toxapex now against Emolga. This is a very bad lead for us. We cannot switch out immediately. I'm just gonna go for some extra damage over that Emolga and then try to catch the discharge on my double. At this point I can easily push for the shields because Emolga is a glassy Pokemon, and if you want to use an even glassier one but more entertaining one, well, Shadow Zapdos might actually be for you. So down we go now to the charge attack, and Toxapex will return into the game. So with Brian we're just gonna take their shield out of play, and now we can withstand pretty much whatever they throw, even if it is gonna be super effective. So I'm getting a little bit too greedy here, but I guess that is kinda understandable. I'm just gonna go for 3 more of those poison jabs just in case they're getting to the CMP, and down they go now to my Brian. With that Jellicent at the back, we might actually have the upper hand over them because they are shieldless, and if they have another water type we can absolutely two-shot them down. However, they end up having Jellicent and Dunsparce, 2 Pokemon that charge up on the same pace pretty much. So they go for the Rock Slide, which was kinda of a weird move to be fair, and now with the Power Whip we can do exactly the amount of damage that we need, because by blocking one Zedrillion, which is the correct move now, we managed to complete the farm down, still reach here to the amazing Power Whip for a lot of damage over Jellicent, and do one more to finish them down. I believe that even if they reach there to the Drillrun, we could still grab the victory. That's why I'm showcasing this battle no matter what. is this the final one, trainers? We don't care at all, because we're just gonna have a great time here finally up against the Quagsire on the Switch, as it seems. So Quagsire with Aqua Tail on Shadow mode can still do a ton of work over that Ferrothorn, so you need to be extra careful. So I'm just gonna take the moves here, gonna get severely low, and as you can see, my opponent here will go for the 2-shield scenario over my Ferrothorn. I have to go ahead and block here, and right after I might actually be able to completely farm down, because I know they still have the energy needed and I want to avoid the CMP. So why not get out of here with a little bit of extra energy. Thunder on Mountain, so much damage on the flyer, and now Double will come into the game. With Lantern being their final Pokemon, I'm just gonna have the upper hand, so I don't care at all, and at this point I want to challenge Calumon Toast like I do all the time this in Summer Cup, to wear his glasses if he wants to, but I think it is gonna be a fun experience overall. So yeah, shout out to Calumon Toast, and I just challenge him to do the same on his videos. He's a great YouTuber out there that I follow his content for a lot of time. So into the next battle down, the final one. This has to be the final one with Toxapex up in front. So this is gonna be a mirror battle, and what I want to do here is to make them throw all of their energy and then switch out, banking my energy in return for the end game. You never know when a Sludge Wave might actually be extremely useful for you. Now by blocking the move, and that is Body Slam, we can absolutely wreak havoc on the defenses of this Vigoroth, and they start blocking as well. This is looking pretty good for us now, and with the next Body Slam we can put them at the range of complete farm down. But I make the mistake of letting my double go down, but still it is kinda understandable, I guess, because by having one more shield we can absolutely have the upper hand over our opponents. Now with that Sludge Wave over that opposing Toxapex, we managed to make them top left this battle. So let's see what they have at the very end, and they end up having a Whiskas, I say, I do not remember at all. So it is a Lantern, that's why they backed out. They knew that my Ferrothorn will most likely finish off the job here, so down they go, and that is gonna be an amazing ending to today's content. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for sticking around till the end. It really means a lot for my channel. Before you go, leave a huge like, subscribe to my content, and of course over here I have 2 more videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out. Shout out to Calumon Toast, and of course I want to see him with his sunglasses on.